Welcome to ACTV News, your bi-weekly ACTV broadcast of news and updates for the Assumption College community. I'm Erin Keating.
And I'm Elaine Cavallari, this week on ACTV News.
Ambar Rosas visits the Science Department for this week's Professor Highlight. Erin Keating reveals this year's Mr. Assumption. Casey Elms visits this week's Hotspot Coffee Edition. All this and more, this week on ACTV. I attended the annual Mr. Assumption competition where 5 male students competed for the title and for the chance to become Mr. Assumption. I'm here at Mr. Assumption where 5 of Assumption's finest gentlemen compete for the title of Mr. Assumption. Students filled Laska Gymnasium Saturday night to watch the annual Mr. Assumption competition. 5 contestants were accompanied by a date as they entered the gym, ready to compete for the title. The contestants were judged based on their school spirit, talent performances, and even a swimsuit competition. Ultimately, sophomore chemistry major Dave Kenny took home the title of Mr. Assumption. David, how did you feel winning Mr. Assumption?
Honestly, I don't even know how to explain it. I had no intention of winning, but here I am wearing the crown and robes, so I'm just going to go enjoy it with my friends.
I'm Erin Keating, ACTV News.
Thanks, Erin. On November 10th, Alana put on the Multicultural Night, filled with ethnic dancing, singing, food, and fun. Students got to share their background and got to learn about the campus's diverse culture.
With the stress of finals, it's nice to focus on the Christmas break we have ahead. What better way to spread some Christmas cheer than to dedicate our question of the week to learning about Assumption students' favorite Christmas traditions? Here's Dan with more.
It's that time of the year again, folks. That's right, Christmas season. I went around asking Assumption students what all their favorite Christmas traditions were. What is your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, my favorite Christmas song has to be All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
Jingle bells. I'm gonna have to say Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time because my roommate hates it, so I like it even more.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Polar Express.
It's a Wonderful Life. My favorite Christmas movie is probably Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
This is Dan True for ACTV. Back to you guys in studio.
Thanks, Dan. In keeping with the Christmas spirit, ACTV joined the Assumption community in the annual tree lighting in front of Hagen. Dr. Catherine Woodbrooks and the SGA led the event, bringing together the Assumption community just in time for the holidays.
Winter sports are in full swing. Here's Danielle Rassicott with more.
Last year, the Assumption College men's hockey team ended their season 9-12. Let's take a closer look about how their season's going so far. On Tuesday, November 29th, the Assumption College Greyhounds men's hockey team played against Worcester State University. 3 minutes into the second quarter, Dante Tomasini scored for the Hounds. Unfortunately, after a long game, the Hounds lost 4-1. Look out for their next away game on December 8th against Western New England. I'm Danielle Rassicott, ACTV News.
Thanks, Danielle. This year's election is one that will go down in history. Luckily, Feldano was able to get in on the action at this year's election party, where students gathered for the anticipated election results.
Tuesday, the final Agape Latte event of the semester took place, where Professor Libby O'Hara talked about her faith journey. For this segment's hotspot, Casey checked out local coffee shops in the Worcester area. Let's see what Casey found out.
ACTV got the chance to poll students on what their favorite coffee shop in Worcester is. I'm currently standing in front of New Cafe, which came in third. We also got the chance to visit Brew on the Grid, In-House, and Boston Donuts.
Coming in at fourth is Brew on the Grid. It is located on Franklin Street in downtown Worcester. It is known for its chemistry decor and also its great tasting coffee and pastries. In third place, it's New Cafe, located on Chandler Street.
It's got to be a New Cafe, and I think the thing that adds to it is the atmosphere, comfy seats, and the books, and just the atmosphere adds to the taste of the coffee.
All I've really heard about is New Cafe. I have a lot of friends who perform there regularly, so I know it's good for people looking to kind of get exposed and get people to hear the music they're playing.
My favorite coffee shop would have to be New Cafe because it reminds me of home. It's like a really cozy place and it has awesome coffee.
In-House Coffee, located on Shrewsbury Street, came in second. Students love the coffee shop for their friendly employees and great tasting coffee and pastries.
My favorite coffee shop is In-House, and I love the people there and the coffee.
I would definitely say In-House Coffee on Shrewsbury Street because they have really good hazelnut iced coffee.
My favorite coffee shop is In-House because it's really relaxing and I have the ability to do my homework there and just hang out.
Taking away the win as Assumption College's favorite coffee shop in Worcester is Boston Donuts, located on Park Ave.
My favorite coffee shop in Worcester is Bodo's because of the variety of flavors.
I'd probably have to go with Boston Donuts just because of the Oreo iced coffee. Being from Connecticut, there's nothing like that back home, so it's pretty cool. That's definitely my favorite coffee.
Probably Boston Donuts, like, I'm not too much of a coffee fan, but you go there and you get like the cookies and cream, and it's kind of like a melted Oreo in like a cup, so you have that and it doesn't taste too much like coffee, so probably Boston Donuts.
I'd have to say Boston Donuts because it has very good and unique like iced coffee flavors and stuff like that, and it's very well put together.
I really like Bodo's because of all the candy bar flavors, and I'm a big fan of the peanut butter Nutella iced coffee.
Be sure to get your caffeine fix at any one of these great coffee shops in Worcester. I'm Casey Elms, ACTV News.
Thanks, Casey. This week, for our Professor Highlight, ACTV spent some time getting to know Professor Dix of the Science Department. Now, over to Ambar for more.
This week on Professor Highlights, we got the chance to meet Professor Edward Dix. He talked about his experience in Assumption College, his teaching style, and he gave us some general advice for us students.
Many people don't know this, but I started off at a community college, at Corning Community College for my first 2 years. I went to Clarkson University in upstate New York, where it's very much colder than here, and hockey is the one and only sport to follow. After Potsdam, I went to the University of Rochester in upstate New York also and earned my PhD.
Professor Dix discusses the way he applied for the chemistry position at Assumption College.
Assumption was hiring for an organic chemistry position, actually for a general chemistry position way back. And I applied for the job, came to campus, and even though we were in Kennedy Science Building at that point, really liked the atmosphere.
He also talks about his teaching style.
It is that relaxed atmosphere that I think differentiates my lectures from a lot of people's lectures. Not everybody. A lot of people try to get that sort of easygoing atmosphere into their classroom, but I think I do a pretty good job.
So, he talks about learning opportunities for students and gave insightful advice.
I'm a student, and my students make your mistakes here because this is your opportunity to learn. Then when you go somewhere else, that 5-year, 10-year plan, you've made the mistakes. You've learned from them.
I'm Ambar Rosas, ACTV News.
Have any professors that you want to see featured? Reach out to ACTV with your suggestions and we can make it happen.
That concludes this week's episode of ACTV News. This broadcast was brought to you by the ACTV Club and the services of the DePasquale Media Center. ACTV airs on Channel 2.3 every other week.
Make sure to follow us on social media to get news updates and reach out to us with ideas and comments. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube by searching ACTV. I'm Erin Keating.
And I'm Elaine Cavallari. Thanks for watching.
So me eating a bagel and stuff?
What is your favorite Christmas song?
Miley.
How excited are you guys for today?
Very excited.
I'm Erin Keating, ACTV News. And someone is going behind me.
ACTV.
Thanks, Erin. On November 10th, Alana put on the Multicultural Night. Ooh, can't say that.
So what is your favorite coffee shop in Worcester and why?
My favorite coffee shop in Worcester is in-house because it's just very relaxing and I enjoy being able to do homework.
You gotta look at me though.
Maybe the first one I had about 15 years ago. So this is quite balmy. I can't remember anybody being in shorts, but that's the first. Whoops.
I'm not going to be quiet.
Oh, the coffee.
Thanks, Casey. Your brilliance at ACTV will not be forgotten. See you later.